When it comes to our favorite movies, sometimes one just isn't enough, and we hope and pray for a sequel. Sadly, however, sometimes the celebs who star in those very same movies are not down for round 2. That's why we've got 6 times celebs crushed our hopes for another movie right here, right now on Listed. Did you know that there were rumblings about an E.T. sequel back in the day? Steven Spielberg wrote the sequel to the iconic E.T. himself, but eventually got cold feet, reportedly saying he didn't want to rob the original of its virginity, whatever that means. Apparently the sequel was more of a horror film where Elliott and company think E.T. has returned, only to discover Earth's latest visitors are red-eyed albino mutations with sharp teeth and a taste for abductions and cattle mutilation. I think we're lucky that this one did not get made. Coming up next, in a radio interview, Sarah Jessica Parker crushed not one, but 2 dreams of a sequel. First on the chopping block was Sex and the City 3, when Sarah Jessica Parker said, quote, "A really close friend of the Sex and the City executive producer, writer, and director Michael Patrick King just texted my very best friend yesterday and said, 'Do you know when they might make a Sex and the City 3? Because he wants to go have fun.' She said, 'There are currently no plans.' She followed up with saying, 'I'm not being cagey or withholding. You would see right through that.' On the same show, Just Jenny, the host then pleadingly asked her about the potential for a Hocus Pocus 2, to which she responded with a short, 'Thus far, there are no plans.' Well, that's that. On Watch What Happens Live, a caller asked funny man Will Ferrell if there would ever be a sequel to beloved Christmas comedy Elf. Will, always the jokester, responded like this.
My question is, are we ever going to get sequel to Elf or Night at the Roxbury?
I've got great news for you. No.
Woof. Definitely looks like there will never be an Elf 2. But at least he made us laugh while crushing our hopes. Another hilarious actor is up next on our list. Jack Black is convinced that the 2003 School of Rock flick is his best film yet, and does not want to try to follow it up with anything unless he's convinced the sequel would be even better. Of the movie, Jack has said, quote, "I am pretty sure School of Rock is the film that's going on my tombstone. It was my favorite one when it all came together. It was tailor-made for me and so brilliantly written and directed. It was a great experience." Looks like School of Rock will not go the way of Kung Fu Panda, which is another group of Jack Black blockbusters, which is actually expected to end up being a 6-film series. And last but most certainly not least is one of my personal favorites, Bridesmaids. The ensemble comedy was a runaway success thanks in part to its breakthrough ensemble cast, but co-writer Kristen Wiig has made it clear that she has no intention of coming back as the hot mess Annie we all came to love. The director of the movie, Paul Feig, has said that a remake would be possible, but, quote, "It's really up to Kristen, but also sequels are dangerous. People always say they want a sequel to Bridesmaids, but the whole reason that the movie worked was Kristen Wiig's character is a mess and she learned how to repair her life. So you can't do a sequel unless she's a mess again and has to repair her life again." Well, that concludes our list of 6 times celebs crushed our hopes for a sequel. Were you surprised by any of these? And can you think of any sequels that were not shut down that maybe should have been? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, or let me know directly on Twitter or Insta at RainBSprinkles. And when you're done with that, make sure to click right over here for our list of times celebrities refuse to do TV reboots. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on Clevver News. I'm your host, Zoe Lillian, and I'll see you next time.